Hey, what is up guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and today guys I have a deck profile for you, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Volcanion, and the list will be down in the description below so you guys can go check that out if you want to. But this is a deck profile that has eluded me for quite some time, and next week hopefully I can start getting started on some Sun and Moon decks and stuff, because I've been trying to stack up some cards and get ready for that. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. So starting off, we have 4 Volcanion EX. And this one has the ability Steam Up. Once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a Fire Energy card from your hand. If you do during your turn, your basic Fire Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage. So this is going to make Volcanic Heat do 160 with just one discard. And if you have 2 or 3 of them, well, you're going to be hitting for a ton of damage. Now the downside to this is once you attack with Volcanic Heat, I believe it says you just can't attack next turn. Yeah. So there are some ways to get around this in this deck. But as you can tell, this attack does take 3 energy, so we're going to need something to lead the game off. We're going to need something to get it going and try to soften up some Pokemon. So we're going to run 3 regular Volcanion. Now, originally I was doing a 4-4, but I don't know, like I would start with it. These will start clunking my hand too much, and mid to late game, you're going to want to be doing these. You're going to want to have just full-on Volcanion. But this is actually pretty cool because it has the attack Power Heater 20, and then you choose 2 of your bench Pokemon and attach a Fire Energy card from discard pile to each of those Pokemon. And then, of course, Steam Artillery for 3 Fire does 100. So there, you're kind of seeing the pattern. You discard stuff with Steam Up, you're getting energy in the discard pile. So that means Power Heater is going to be doing a little bit more damage, and then the cards you discard, that can just go right onto these Volcanion. So yeah, pretty cool little strategy there. This is a pretty easy deck to play, and actually fairly cheap. A lot of the cards went down in price, but yeah. One thing I do want to note is if you do want to run Salamence EX, you can definitely do that. My list does not have it because I do not own that card, but I've been seeing a lot of decks run that one, and so I just want to kind of say, you know, go for it, because it's actually not a bad card. Next up, we have Hoopa and 2 Shaymin. The Hoopa, honestly, is just in here to, well, grab these. And Shaymins, that's about it. And Shaymins are just in there to help your deck be a little more consistent. And that is going to do it for the Pokemon. So next up, we have the supporter cards. For Sycamore, I don't really need to explain too much. 2N, same thing, don't really need to explain too much, just draw support. And then we have 2 Lysandre. The cool thing about this deck is you can just Steam Up, and then you can just start picking stuff off the bench, and you know, Lysandre just kind of comes in clutch with this deck. Pokemon Ranger is, of course, one of the cards that is going to be absolutely key for this deck because it has multiple uses. First off, it helps you against Jolteon, so let's just get that out of the way. Last time I did a deck profile and I mentioned Jolteon, I had the biggest fail I think I've ever had in a video, and yeah, that's all we're gonna go there. But also the cool thing about this is once you do Volcanic Heat and you play Pokemon Ranger, it removes the effect that basically says, you know, you can't attack next turn, so that's gone, and so you can just use Volcanic Heat again. So that's a cool thing there. And, you know, that's pretty much it. That's about all you need to know. But yeah, Pokemon Ranger, very handy card, very good. Just because if you don't have the switching cards in your hand for some reason, or you can't draw into them, Pokemon Ranger is there to bail you out. Olympia, this is a very good way to heal Volcanion, put it on your bench, bring up something that has a float stone, and then go bam, and I'm going to use this as a prop for the Pokemon you brought up for float stone. But yeah, basically, Olympia, boom, and you're good to go. Olympia also, if they're trying to stall out the game or something like that, there's a switching card, you can just get it out of the active spot. Next up, we're actually going to pair up a trainer with this one, and that is Fisherman along with 2 Energy Retrievals. Now, this is really good because, of course, you're going to be discarding stuff with the Steam Up ability, and so Fisherman is a supporter, but it does grab you 4 basic energy. If you don't like Fisherman, of course, you can go a different route. But yes, you can get all the energy back to your hand. Keep using Steam Up, use them for attachments, just whatever, you know, the situation might call for. And Energy Retrieval allows you to grab 2, and so there's 2 of those because it's a trainer. But these are very handy, of course. Alrighty. And I think that's going to do it. And of course, finish off the supporters with the 4 VS Seeker for the trainers. Start that off. I always do it. Alright, so we're going to run 4 Max Elixir. This is going to allow you to speed up the process of attaching energy to Volcanion. It is going to let you basically get 6 cards and grab a Fire Energy, and then normally if you have that along with a Power Heater, then that means you're going to be attacking fairly quickly. So Max Elixir, very, very handy card there. It does seem kind of counterintuitive to be discarding your energy, but basically this deck is all about using it, like, using your energy to like the fullest potential, I guess. And we're also going to run 4 Ultra Ball. This is a very good way to turn 1 Hoopa into 2 Volcanion and a Shaymin potentially. So Ultra Ball, very powerful trainer in this deck, just because you can start getting stuff going immediately. 3 Trainers Mail, just to hopefully fetch out certain key supporters and trainers that you might need throughout your matchup. Then we have 3 Floatstone. I did mention Floatstone earlier, along with 2 Escape Rope. So yeah, this is going to be the way that you're going to be able to keep using, I keep forgetting the name of that attack. Volcanic Heat, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, so you can keep using Volcanic Heat consistently with these cards, paired up along with, of course, Olympia and Pokemon Ranger. And the cool thing about this is, too, is Volcanion has a 3 retreat cost. The regular Volcanion has a 2 retreat cost. Hoopa has a 2 retreat cost. And so basically, this is going to kind of hopefully remove all the stalling potential your opponent's going to have. And this is just going to allow you to keep attacking. And it's just basically the route you want to go with this deck. Just getting that Volcanion out of the active spot. And if you have another one set up on your bench, then you can just kind of switch into that one. And that's pretty cool. Also, you know, you can attach a Floatstone to a Volcanion EX and just get that thing out, bring up another one, and go from there. Yeah, there is a lot of things you can pull off with these combination of cards, and I like them. Okay, so 2 Fighting Fury Belt. Next up, this will make Volcanion an absolute tank. It'll give it 220 HP and allow you to hit for 140 base, which means for a lot of decks, that only means you need to do 1 steam up, potentially, if you're going to get stuff. However, a lot of things have faded out. 170 has not been as popular recently, and so, I don't know. This is just allow you to have a bigger Pokemon that can hit a little harder, and maybe you run into situations where you will only need to do 1 or 2 steam ups or something like that. I love and hate Fighting Fury Belt. Alright, next up, I wasn't 100% sure what to go for as far as the stadiums go, and so I opted for 2 Skyfield and 1 Rough Seas. I've been switching Scorched Earth and Rough Seas over and over, but I figured with so many switching cards and you're going to be putting a Volcanion on the bench, you could just sit there in Rough Seas and maybe, of course, heal it a little bit. But yeah, that was just my idea there. And with Skyfield, you're running Hoopa and you have like 4 Volcanions and such. And I figured if they do bring out another stadium, that means you could just discard your Shaymins, get them out of the way, and that way they're not a liability later on. And so, yeah, that was just my thought process behind that, because you are going to have a pretty big bench most of the time. And yeah, I'm just kind of, if you want to go about this a different way, definitely go for it, but I was just trying something out. Alright, now we have, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 Fire Energy. You can cut down to 11 or 10, whichever one you want to do, but this is what I got right now. But 12 Fire Energy, because you do kind of need a little bit of a higher number for this type of deck. Of course, this is actually kind of, you know, standard as far as like most decks now. But yeah, this number I felt comfortable with, and so that'll about do it. The strategy is very simple. Lead with this Volcanion, and you steam up to get some energy into the discard ball or Ultra Ball. And then use Power Heater, start attaching Max Elixir to attach extra energy, and then you just kind of get 1 or 2 Volcanions set up, and use your switching cards like your Olympia, your Floatstone, your Escape Ropes and such to keep consistently using Volcanic Heat. And of course, if 1 Volcanion goes down and you don't really necessarily have an answer for it, there is 3 regular Volcanion, and then, of course, it does have 130 HP. It is a basic, so it can take a couple hits. So you just gotta use this potentially if you need to as like something to rebuild your deck, or rebuild your field, I should say. And that's really about it. I mean, you also have Pokemon Ranger, which will get past Jolteon and allow you to attack again. And I think that's about it. I mean, the deck pretty much plays itself, in all honesty. That's how I feel when I play this deck. It's just, you just got to be aware of what's on your field. You got to make sure what you haven't steamed up, what you have steamed up with. And that's about it. But I'm very glad I could finally do this deck profile, because Jesus, I have not had the best luck trying to get all these cards together. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, subscribe for some more content. Thank you so much for watching, and this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. Take care, guys.
catch 'em all.